About 4.5 years ago, I made a video comparing the Commodore 64 version and Amiga version of Double Dragon, and I was butchering the Commodore 64 version quite significantly because it was virtually unplayable. But for the purpose of comparison, let's have a quick throwback to the original game. Hello and welcome to a look at a Double Dragon for the Commodore 64, a game that was originally converted and released by Mastertronic, or it was released by Mastertronic at least, but apparently Ocean later reacquired the rights to make another version of Double Dragon, this time released on Cartridge. For those who may not know, the arcade Double Dragon was a genre-defining beat 'em up because of the fact that you had two players fighting the bad guys at the same time. The plot being that Marion has been kidnapped and the two brothers go out and try to beat the bad guys who kidnap her, and then when they reach the end they have to fight each other to see who actually wins her heart. It doesn't matter who she loves, it's whoever stands after their final clash. In order to fight the bad guys, you have various different fighting moves available to you. You can punch, you can kick, you can headbutt, and you can do an elbow. And of course you can also do jump kicks, but more about that in a moment. You basically have to navigate several different levels and punching out the bad guys in the process. And once you've beaten enough bad guys, you will get to some stronger bad guys, and once they've been beaten, you will get to the next level and rinse and repeat. The gameplay is at a foundation level extremely basic, but if it's well done, if the game is well done, it can be thoroughly enjoyable. I mean, who doesn't like a good beat 'em up? This version allows you to play the game with music or sound effects, but not both at the same time. So, for the purpose of the viewer's enjoyment, I have one clip with the music going, and the clip afterwards will be with the sound effects, and you can just for yourself what you think of them. Let's do the technical stuff. Graphics wise, I think this game, I'm sort of split, because I sort of like the way the player character looks and the way the bad guys look, and at the same time I don't particularly like them. It's a bit of a mixed bag for me. Do they look better than the original Mastertronic release? I'm not sure. I think the individual characters look like they are disproportionate, I think is a good term for it. The backgrounds even are a bit more detailed and get a bit more fluff, but ultimately backgrounds are backgrounds and are not particularly relevant for a game's enjoyment. It may be nice to look at, but if it doesn't make the gameplay any better, then it ultimately doesn't matter. So graphics wise, I would say this game is decidedly average. That is until you see a Bobo. For those who may not know, a Bobo is a very, very large individual, and that will appear at some point during the level, and when you see him, you'll probably agree with me that he looks like some second-rate mech from some long forgotten Japanese manga thing, whatever. It doesn't look particularly interesting. Graphics definitely decidedly average. Sound effects, they are as bare bone as they can be, and um, not anything to write home about. By the way, here's the Abobo I was mentioning, and when he falls down, I don't really know what they've done with the graphics for him, but the sound effects are nothing special. They are, what can I say? I know it's a very, very weak way of describing them, but I mean, you can only say so much about something that's not particularly exciting. And that is definitely the case for the sound effects. Which, of course, leads us to the music, um, which is not particularly exciting either. It's not bad, but it's just not exciting. One of the few highlights of the original Master Tonic release, besides the title music, which was very, very excellent, and the music for this particular version of the game cannot in any way, shape, or form compare. The controls are interesting because someone decided, unfortunately, that the four main directions on the joystick, left, right, up, and down, should be used for fighting moves. And of course, the fire button. But for some bizarre reason, it was decided that jumping should be relegated to the space bar. If you think that sounds very, very unclever, then I will totally agree with you that it is definitely not particularly clever, and it is not particularly good for the gameplay experience that you have to reach over and smack your spacebar every single time you are attempting to jump. And if you don't see me jump in this video, that is because there's a very good reason for that. I couldn't be bothered reaching over to hit the spacebar. The gameplay should be fairly obvious, and what is not particularly obvious is the fact that it may look like it plays decently, but it doesn't. You have a hit point system like in other versions of this game, the arcade included, and normally if you get knocked down, you lose one hit point. In this version, however, depending on how you get knocked down, you can lose 1 to 3, which means that you can rely on whether you will take 1 point of damage or 3 points of damage. It only seemed initially to be when you got smacked with a baseball bat or a similar weapon that you lost multiple hit points, but I've also seen it happen when you just get knocked down normally. In conclusion, Ocean had the reference of the original Master Tonic release, and based on that, they could have done a lot more out of this version than they ended up doing. The only thing that's technically improved is the fact that in the original Master Tonic release, all attacks, punches, kicks, baseball bat swipes, whatever, had effectively a range of 1 pixel. That has been changed in this version. You can actually punch and kick people at a distance. But it's the only improvement over the Master Tonic release, and in truth, gameplay-wise, despite its shortcomings, despite its flaws, I found that I actually enjoyed the original release more than this remake, re-release kind of thing. Well done, Ocean. You impress me continuously. On that note, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.